And yesterday, a beautiful ritual was done depicting the very enlightenment of Tirunjana Sambandar when he received the name Tirunjana Sambandar. He was a 3-year-old boy, and this divine Leela of how Jnana Sambandar received the Jnanapal was reiterated, and the milk was offered to the deity of Jnana Sambandar, Tirunjana Sambandar, here in the temple of Nityanandeshwara. Always the deity of Jnana Sambandar is worshipped at this particular time of the year, and the time of the Vaikasi month and Vaikasi Purnima in the Vrishabha Masa, the advent and the manifestation of the one of the most supreme and best examples of Shiva Bhakti manifested in the form of Tirunjana Sambandar. He is an incarnation of Paramashiva himself, and he came to the world to give Shiva Jnana, Shiva Bhakti, and spread so much of devotion, and really re-established both Sanatana Hindu Dharma in a very strong way, just like how Adi Shankara is praised to have established this great tradition of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. So also did Jnana Sambandar in the same also very young age. Jnana Sambandar had revived also the Madurai Adinam, which is first established by Shyamala Devi, Meenakshi herself. Hence it's called the KAILASA Unnata Dwadashanta Shyamala Pitha, Sarvagni Pitha, which is established by Meenakshi Devi herself, where she reigned and ruled the Pandya Desha, the Kumari Gandam, from where she established this kingdom and created the Shyamala Pitha, Sarvagni Pitha, which was later revived by Tirunjana Sambandar. And the person who is the pontiff of this mutt carries the title Jnana Sambandha Deshika Swamigal, Paramacharya Swamigal. That is why in the Birudavalli of Swamiji, who is the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Madurai Shyamala Pitha Sarvagna Pitha, the Madurai Adinam, we sing that Jnana Sambandha Deshika Paramacharya Swami. We declare Swamiji as the Jnana Sambandha Deshika Paramacharya Swami. When we do these rituals at the particular time and a particular place and a particular when the sun, the moon, and all the celestial bodies are in a particular position, and the ritual and the deity is strongly invoked in a sacred place, the same energies, the same portals of possibilities, and the energies and manifestations that happened at the original event of when this ritual is being, for which this ritual, those same possibilities manifest again when the ritual is done. When Jnana Sambandar drank the Jnanapal given by Parashakti herself and offering the Jnanapal to Jnana Sambandar here in the temple, the same energy of that darshan, of that beautiful experience that Jnana Sambandar had, we are able to receive devotion and grace. There is charged by the alignment of the stars and the alignment of the ritual and the context with which the ritual is done, and by whose grace the ritual is done, because with all the rituals done that are here done in Adi Kailasa, all the rituals are officiated and micromanaged by the Supreme Pontiff of Hindus, Swamiji himself. And when he comes, very charged, and everyone, even if you are witnessing on the television, you will be able to experience and feel how Paramashiva is there in the very air. Witnessing the event of Jnana Sambandar Puja, will instill in us great devotion and the same innocent love that Tirugnana Sambandar had to Paramashiva. We have the opportunity of tapping that, touching that, and cherishing it. All the rituals are micromanaged and officiated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Swamiji's revival The Madurai Adinam is an ancient monastery that has sacred sentiments and traditions that are kept alive. This puja is done for thousands of years in the Madurai Adinam, and now, as the reviver of Hinduism, of Sanatana Hindu Dharma and Kailasa, Swamiji is having this ritual done in all of our Adinams and all of the Sarvanya Pitas around the world. The sacred sentiments and traditions are very much kept alive and revived by Swamiji, which we have begun by Shyamala Devi Meenakshi herself. Let us get into the Leela, the divine story, first of Jnanapal, how the young Jnana Sambandar received the Jnanam that we have so proudly give in his name. Jnana Sambandar was a toddler and he was very bubbly and attracted and attached to his father. Wherever his father went, his father Shivapada Hridayar, the babe also would go. And it would always cry and fuss so that it would always have to be with its father. One day, after putting an adamant tantrum, Shivapada Hridayar agreed to allow the child to go to the temple with him. At the temple, Shivapada Hridayar kept the child on the steps of the temple tank. Temple tank is a water body where the Abhisheka Tirtha from the rituals of the are flowed, water is kept, and that is energized water in which can come and purify their sins and cleanse themselves. So Shivapada Hridayar kept the babe on the steps of the temple tank and he was going to go take a few dips. He told him to sit there and just be there, don't do anything else. And Shivapada Hridayar went to take a bath. The day the small child loved its father so much, it decided to not to take its eyes off its father and decided just to keep its eyes on him. Because as a small child, always the child will feel close to the parents, attracted to the parents. Once they're gone, it feels it's left alone. It doesn't know how to handle. So Shivapada Hridayar decided to take a few dips. But and for a few dips later, he decided to stay a little longer inside the water. And he held his breath under the water for some more time. When the small child didn't see his father come out of the water, he cried, Amma, Appa, calling for its parents. And then, beautifully, as a response to the small child's cry for its parents, the universe's father and mother, Paramashiva and Parashakti, appeared before the child. They attended to the small child. Parashakti came forward and brought forth a golden cup of her own breast milk and fed it to the child. The child, crying for its parents, in its sobs, drank the milk from Parashakti's hands and calmed down and was in awe and astounded by the darshan of Paramashiva and Parashakti before it. Paramashiva and Parashakti themselves responded to the innocent calling of and the need of a small child for its parents. Shivapada Hridayar came out of the water to see the child having a little milk on its mouth, and he scolded it, saying, From whom you have taken milk? Accepting food or milk from strangers was something the father had to scold the child for. But Tirugnana Sambandar was tranquilized and elevated to a supreme space, having the darshan of Paramashiva and Parashakti. The child's consciousness was expanded by the miracle in that milk, Jnana Pal, Jnana meaning the supreme knowledge. It opened its mouth to answer the father's question about whom it received milk from, and it sang in chaste Tamil, the Todudaya Saviyan, Devaram. That is one of the most famous songs, Devarams, sung by Sirugnana Sambandar, and in his story, his very first one. Shivapada Hridayar and all of those in that scene were astounded to see a small child speak such chaste Tamil. The small child sang, singing on Paramashiva, saying, he who wears earrings, who rides on a bull, and wears the moon on his head, and sang 10 verses like this continuously. The boy went on to sing many, many more songs. Paramashiva named this child himself Jnana Sambandar, meaning one who has gained contact to the Shivajnanam, to the highest knowledge of the oneness with Paramashiva, the knowledge of Paramashiva itself. Tirugnana Sambandar appeared and transmitted by his shining living example for how to be a true child of existence. He lived to sing many songs called Devarams about Paramashiva and Paramashiva's glory, and helped raise many in Paramashiva Bhakti and devotion to Paramashiva. In the Birudavalli, the Kailasha's national anthem, we sing Shri Parvati Sthanyapana Labdha Divya Jnana Vishnuta Sakala Nigamagama Sarabhuta Dravida Veda Pravaktrika, singing that we salute the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the one who, because of drinking the breast milk of Parvati, created the Dravida Vedam, which is the essence of the Vedas, Agamas, and he who is the establisher of the Shyamala Pita, received by the grace of Paramashiva, the founder of the Shaiva tradition, the one who has adorned the seat of omniscience, the master of the cosmos. Such a master who has adorned the sacred seat of omniscience, previously adorned of the spiritual kingdom established by Jnana Sambandar. As an embodiment of that supreme love, Tirugnana Sambandar radiated a state of intense ecstatic love for Paramashiva called Mahabhava, the feeling connection with the divine, which is the philosophy of the Kailasa Unnata Dvadashanta Shyamala Pita. He taught and transmitted to the world the 5 syllables Namah Shivaya and the glory of the sacred ash, Tirunir, and the greatness of the Tamil language. He raised so many through the Telugu language. Today is the 3rd day of the Tirugnana Sambandar Puja, the final day. Let us get to know what happened on this auspicious day many years ago under the lunar mansion Mula Nakshatra. Today is the day of the final journey of Tirugnana Sambandar's life to Kailasa Padavi, when he attained Sayujya Mukti, which will in today's ritual. The worship will be offered to Tirugnana Sambandar here in the temple. We offer these rituals, as we said, when the sun and moon, and today Mula Nakshatra, this nakshatra, under this nakshatra, we offer this ritual, and the same energies and possibility of Sivasayujyam is possible in us. Paramashiva Sayujyam is a desire for many Shiva Bhaktas to have. When your physical body itself just merges into Paramashiva, as your body is just taken to the higher planes of existence. Rama had done the same thing in the Treta Yuga, when along with him the entire kingdom of Ayodhya walked into the Saryu and their bodies went into Vaikuntha. Same way, the goddess Andal merged after marrying Ranganatha Swami into the deity, and most recently also Mirabai herself merged into the deity of Krishna. This Sayujya Mukti is for those who have the most chaste and pure shariras. They literally become a Divya Sharira when they're living, and when they leave their body, the body itself is so sacred, it just disappears into the idols, it disappears into existence. So, again, witnessing today's event, we will instill great devotion, and today, a unique experience of oneness with Paramashiva. With a Sakshat Dandavat Pranams, we have going to have the grace of the 293rd Pontiff of Madhurayadinam, Shyamala Pita Sarvagnya Pita, our beloved Swamiji, Nityananda Paramashiva. 2000 years in Vrishabhamasa, in the month of Vaikasa. On this very day, in this very moment, Swamiji reveals that when Jnanasambandha reached Kailasa Padavi, the final journey of one's life, he took along with him the largest number of people to the Paramashiva Sayujyam, attaining Sayujya Mukti. Tirujnanasambandhar lived with 16,000 disciples, 1,600 sannyasis, and 16,000 Adinavasis. Tirujnanasambandhar accomplished his avataric mission before the young age of just 16 years old. Being devoted to his parents, obeying them sincerely, he obeyed their wishes and agreed to their proposal for his marriage. Tirujnanasambandhar Swami took the ceremonial bath and reached Tirunallur and Tirunilagnaka on the marriage rituals. Tirujnanasambandhar Swami held his bride, Devi Stotra Purnambika's hand and sang the Devaram Kallur Tiruvanam. Kallur Tiruvanam Vendam. Meaning, we wish not to have the merely worldly marriage where the ritual of Amminidhi is done. We wish to have the union with Paramashiva himself. In that moment, in the marriage, Paramashiva immediately appeared in the form of a supernal effulgence, the Paramashiva Jyoti. On seeing this Paramashiva Jyoti, Tirujnanasambandhar took Stotra Purnambika's hand and turned to all who gathered for the marriage and initiated them into the highest devotion onto Paramashiva, singing the Panchakshara Tirupadigam. Singing, whoever wants to raise themselves to the state of Paramashivatva can join me now. Since he completed his avataric mission, he transformed his body into a divine light and merged himself into the supernal effulgence that is Paramashiva. Along with him, he took thousands of disciples to Kailasa by having their bodies transformed into the supernal effulgence of Paramashiva. This event is the happening of mass enlightenment by an avataric person through his own Shaktipada and Shaktinipada. At the time of one's death, tremendous fear and uncertainty takes over one's consciousness. But through Tirujnanasambandhar's promise and divine grace and just presence, Tirujnanasambandhar took many on their final journey effortlessly through Shiva Bhakti. Directly, everyone reached Kailasa Padavi. With the gracious permission and the blessings of the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam, we are going to reenact this happening in a ritual. When these rituals happen, the same energies and portals of possibility manifest when the same Shiva Bhakti and same Shiva Jnana can manifest in the very air. Witnessing these rituals and going along with these rituals is part of being able to touch and have a possibility of that same Paramashiva Bhakti and Paramashiva Jnana.
Like Paramashiva, over the power in all our third eye. Yananda Paramashivam. Yananda Paramashivam.
Let us prepare ourselves to receive the darshan and the grace and the divine presence of His Divine Holiness Swamiji, and prepare ourselves to receive the best from the rituals that are going to happen today. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the power in all our third eyes.